I'm up first today. All right, as most of you know by now, the murderers of Ahmaud Arbery, a young black man who was out for a run in Brunswick, Georgia, were all sentenced to life in prison without parole. But what struck me from the sentencing was the judge. Before he sentenced them to life, the father, son, Gregory and Travis McMichael, and their neighbor who filmed the killing, William Roddy Bryan, Judge Timothy Walmsley held a full 1 minute of silence saying, quote,
Mm,
that 1 minute represents a fraction of the time that Ahmaud Arbery was running away. I want to
mm,
put that time period in context. When I thought about this, I kept coming back to the terror that must have been in the mind of that young man running through Satilla shores. It should be
mm.
noted the pursuit of Arbery occurred for about 5 minutes. My question is this justice? And does it start to set things right for the centuries of injustice for crimes like this? So let's start with Lizzie on this one.
I'm always wary to use the term justice when it comes to guilty verdicts or anything that has to do with the legal system. I think it's more a sign of accountability and, holding these guys accountable for their actions, their racist actions, their murderous actions in the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Do I think it, is a sign of moving forward in terms of past injustices? No, because nothing is ever going to replace or erase what happened in the past. I do think, however, and I'm glad that you pointed out the judge's stance on this, because in addition to the moment of silence, he had very poignant words for each of these defendants, each of these murderers, each of these men that were complicit. Um, so I think it's more of a sign of accountability than anything else.
Okay. All right, Robbie.
I personally think that it's just. The killers made a presumption that there was some shenanigans going down. They hunted down an unarmed young man. Whatever they get in jail is too good for them. And I think the justice system got it right this time. It doesn't make up for anything, like Liz said, but they got it right this time.
Gianni.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that they did get it right this time, and part of justice for me is holding accountability and saying, showing, like, setting a standard for future cases. So I agree. I think that they did it
Yeah, because we look at like Emmett Till and all of the other similar um, cases out there, situations through the centuries, through slavery, through the civil rights era, where black men were hunted down by men like this, and they were let off. They were
Yeah.
let go. They were freed, or they were justified in some way for their actions. I mean, these three men said that they were justified because they were looking for someone who was they thought had stolen something from somewhere and they were a thief. And so they felt
Mhm.
justified for hunting down this black man on the street. And I agree with the judge. I can't imagine what that must have been like, especially being a black man, knowing the history of violence against black men,
Yeah.
and now I'm in this situation. What if because there's been times I've gone through North Carolina or driven through and I've been pulled over or I find myself in some little small town where people are looking at you funny and it's not a good feeling. So to say that this is justice is definitely justice for this case, definitely not justice for the centuries of injustice. This has to be consistent. We have to weed out people like these three men. um,
Let me just add to that. I think justice means something different to each person.
I agree.
Like for me, justice in
Yeah.
this case would be to allow a mob of black men chase these motherfuckers down the street, shoot them in the same way that Ahmaud
right. I didn't
Arbery was
expect
killed. That
that.
would be
So that they
justice to
can
me.
feel the fear. Squid
But
Game style.
since we exactly quid pro quo,
Right.
you do it, I'm gonna give it back to you.
Mhm.
However, we can't, that we don't allow for that in our democracy here, and I understand the reasons why. And so this is the next best thing. I think this is the next best thing. At least two
Yeah.
of them, will be in jail for the rest of their lives. The
Yes.
third has the possibility of parole. Don't think he's really gonna get it. So yeah.
Let's hope not. He doesn't.
Yeah.
None of them deserve it. Yeah. I mean, it was fortunate that they videotaped it, but
Yes.
all right.
Well,
Let's.
that fool was an idiot to videotape. Like he videotaped his own crime.
This
He
idiot.
videotaped his own
Mhm.
crime.
All right. Kevin Thaxton said, "A hit dog will holler." Robin Johnson, "It doesn't set it right, but it was the correct sentence." Mike Wolf, "Still waiting to see the district attorney go to the penitentiary." Yeah, no, the
Mm,
district attorney,
mm.
who was trying to hide it, and so and he wasn't trying to prosecute these men for their actions. Um,
Gee, I believe it was a woman,
was it?
right? I think it was a woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Olivia says,
Possibly.
"Never. Making things right would give all stolen lands back to original owners. Um, funding kidnapped and stolen people to return to their home. But God never sleeps. They will get the ultimate punishment." George Fournier, "They took the law in their own hands, and the young man lost his life for nothing. They deserve to spend the
Not,
rest of their lives in prison." And Jose says,
Yeah.
"Accountability matters." All right. Are we calling this truth,
oh,
lies, or
Mhm.
oh,
shenanigans? Finally,
oh.
some
Fine.
I'm
truth.
gonna say the
Yeah,
truth. The
Let me hear
truth.
Finally,
mine.
The truth.
they got it
it's
right.
true.
Oh, Gianni. You okay, Gianni?
It's Murphy.
Yes,
Murphy's Law. Like,
I'm telling you.
she,
I'm
she
telling
like
you, it's
fell
Murphy's
out.
Law.
she,
But Gianni,
she-
in all fairness, I've had some
I've
uh-oh
had some weeks
moments
like
on
that
this
too.
show. Exactly. But even on this show, I've had some uh-oh moments. Remember for Halloween, like my Cruella DeVille wig came off. Like, so yeah, you're good, girl. You're good. You're good.
Like, what in the world?
Johnny's been flying off
But I
screen. I'm
think,
like, what happened?
Rob, I think she's gonna join us on the vodka side in a minute. I think she's gonna join us on the vodka side of things in a minute.
That was
I
funny.
literally tripped the cord. Horrible. Like,
All right.
ow, trying to get my sign. So
See?
Murphy's Law
We
is
are
still in effect.
Clearly.
we are truth lies shenanigans in the flesh, y'all, in the flesh.
All right. So, so it looks like everyone had truth. So, all right, Johnny, you're up next. I hope you're ready. Let,
Yeah, I'm
all
going.
right,
We're gonna try right
all right.
now.
Let's do it.
So I don't have my notes in front of me, so I can't verbatimly read the article, but paraphrase. There was an 86-year-old woman that actually won a lottery ticket. She played a lottery ticket, um, and she was joking with the cashier that if she won, she would split the winnings with him. And he was joking that if it was $1 million, then she would split that with him. She actually did win. Unfortunately, it wasn't $1 million or $500,000. It was only was it 500 or
300.
600?
$300.
300,
It was
300.
it was a $300 lottery ticket, and she did split it with the cashier. But the reason why I brought this to the panel is not to talk about this specific case. I wanted to ask you guys if you won a lottery ticket, no matter the amount, are you splitting it? And also, how do you guys feel about lotteries in this day and age? People are homeless and starving more so than ever because of the pandemic.
Retirement plan. No, I'm just kidding. Robbie, go ahead.
If I'm splitting it, well, maybe a small portion. My hometown seems to have a ridiculous amount of lottery winners when it comes to Ontario.
Oh
So I
wow.
guess that means a lot of people buy tickets out here. I don't know, but it
Or
is
they're
pretty
lucky.
traditional. It is customary to tip, if you will, the person that sold you the ticket. It's not unheard of for someone to get a small cut, a stipend, if you will. How do I feel about lotteries, Johnny? I think that they still serve a purpose. I know that they're very regulated and controlled here in the province of Ontario, and the proceeds generally go to really good endeavors. So I'm okay with the money being funneled to areas of need through this manner.
All right, Lizzie.
Hell no. I ain't giving nothing back. Hell no,
We
I'm not.
agree again.
It's no different than any other contest. Like, I'm not obligated to give you something because I won something. But more importantly, people need to recognize and realize that in the United States, I'm not sure, what the protocol is in Canada, Rob, but in the United States, a retailer who
Hmm.
sells a winning jackpot ticket,
Yep.
whether it's Powerball or Mega Millions, they get an automatic $50,000
Yeah, they do.
incentive.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so they do get compensated.
Yeah, I was curious
It's
where this
not
was. Now they don't get compensated for a $300 lottery ticket.
no, and I
No,
They
no,
mean
get
no.
compensated on the
you
jackpot.
and you still have to pay for. Let's talk about the $300. You still have to pay taxes on those earnings. So $300, she gave bruh some money. She probably got $50 in the long run. And you know what?
Aw.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart for being that charitable.
Yep.
I'm not so much.
I'm with
I'm
you.
not
I
so much.
mean, I'm with Lizzie on this one. There's no way I'm sharing, especially only $300. I'm just like, it's
Right.
all right. I didn't win the jackpot. I got some
What if
good
it's a
Exactly.
million? You guys aren't splitting a million?
split.
Split?
I
No.
might give some of the million, not split it.
What did that person do to earn a million? Like, they didn't spend any money. I'm the one who bought the ticket. Like, no,
Johnny, what you got? I'm
no.
gonna give you 15 seconds, Johnny. What are your thoughts?
No, I'm with you guys. I'm not splitting anything. But I will kind of give I will give like Liz said a tip. I never thought about that. That's cute. I would give a tip and then I would give you guys money and my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I got a jackpot, yeah, I do some good stuff with it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Honestly, I would not want you to give me money. You could buy me a shrimp basket
Shrimp.
and a Chanel with and a
I was
Chanel
about to
with
I was about to mute you, but I wanted to see where this went.
a shrimp basket and a Chanel. The Chanel, I wouldn't ask you for one that costs more than 5 grand, and that's it. That's
All right.
it.
All right.
Thank
I want you
This,
to earn. I want you to spend your money, girl. You are a young college
all
student.
right, I'm gonna have to
Spend
mute
your
you
money.
now. All right, all right. All right.
that was
So
good.
Robin Johnson said, "Oh, bless her." Jacqueline Robinson says, "I agree with Neo. My lottery innings would definitely be my retirement plan. I would gift some to my sister so we can travel the world together. You down, Lizzie?"
Oh, that'd be fun.
All right.
Yes.
Of course, I'm down. I ain't turning down money from nobody. Like what?
All right. Olivia says, "Antonio, sir, you better be giving your only baby sister a significant cut."
Ooh,
That's funny.
Exactly,
I'm with you,
Neo.
O. I'm with
Mike
you,
Winter,
O.
I would
On
tip
that.
them. I would tip them like I would at a casino, nothing more than a generous tip. Uh, Jose says, "Shrimp basket, laugh out loud." All right. Is this truth,
Earn those shrimp
lies,
baskets.
or shenanigans?
That's
Um,
Got some
true.
truth.
That's
We got some
true.
love in there. We got
I
some
feel
And
like
love,
I
some truth.
appreciate
Got some
her
love.
heart. I appreciate
and
her
some
heart and
punch.
her spirit. I
There's
really
some
do.
love in there. I mean,
I'm
it's more
just not
love than
there
I'm
yet.
willing to give, but
I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there yet.
so it's a lot more love than I'm willing to give. But
I didn't even tithe in church when I was going to church, y'all.
Nice.
I was
oh
not a
man, you
tither.
didn't tithe in church. Mm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
All right. So Gianni, well, okay, so that was yours, Gianni. So great job. All right, now quick fire number 3. That's me again. So this past week, R&B star Jason Derulo made it very clear that he does not want to be confused with R&B star Usher Raymond. TMZ posted video of Derulo rushing through a crowd of people and getting into an altercation with 2 men after one of them shouted, "Hey Usher, fuck you, bitch." Unfortunately, we don't have rights to that video, but the video we do have shows Derulo before and after the altercation being subdued and placed in handcuffs. Las Vegas police stated that Derulo had committed battery against 2 individuals during the incident that took place around 2 a.m. So obviously, Derulo considers being called Usher an insult. So my question, who's better, Jason Derulo or Usher Raymond? I'm starting with Gianni Storm. I'm going with the young.
That's
Gianni,
so
I'm
funny.
judging you right now. I'm judging you right now. I'm judging you
Who's
right
better,
now for your answer.
Jason Derulo or Usher Raymond?
Girl, girl,
First of all,
girl.
Usher is way better than Jason Derulo. No offense, Jason Derulo, because he's cute.
He's
But
cute.
um,
So cuter than
but
Usher?
Usher, I think Yeah, in
Right.
my opinion, but they kind of look alike, so I can see how people
No,
could.
They don't
You
look
don't think
no,
from
they don't
far
look
away,
alike.
Liz and Rob, like from
alike.
all the
No,
way
No,
over
No,
there? I don't
Derulo. I
think
no.
mean,
like
one thing,
Usher.
Derulo always rolls with the beard, so that's one. I mean, I don't even
Plus,
think I've
I've
Oh yeah,
seen
seen
that is a
Usher
Usher
with
in
a beard.
person. I've seen Usher in person. He's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah,
He's
Usher.
yeah.
he's short.
He's short.
He's short. He's really
okay.
short.
All right, Robbie, your thoughts.
Uh, I don't have a stake in this fight. Do I really have to pick? I guess I guess Usher, because I mean,
Yes.
if I'm Jason Derulo and someone says, "Hey Usher, fuck you, bitch," I'd laugh and say, "Yeah, fuck that bitch."
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good comeback. That would have been a better
That is a
comeback
good
than getting
comeback.
into a fight. But
It's
you should.
better than throwing hands.
I will say that he was angry. I don't know if that was the only reason, but Derulo was angry. I saw the video on TMZ, and he was angry. What do you think, Lizzie? I already know your answer. But what are you thinking, Lizzie?
I mean, first of all, I find this question to be offensive.
I
Okay,
figured you
it
would.
was the
Yeah,
same.
a
It
little
was the
bit.
same when the weekend was trying to compare himself to Usher. I'm like, boy, if you don't sit your, forgive me, Rob,
The
if you
weekend's
don't sit
better.
your
Don't
Canadian
get me
ass
started.
down and show
Love
some
me some
respect,
weekend.
put some respect on Usher's name. Are you
I
kidding
like
me?
the
Usher has
weekend.
8 Grammys. He
Hmm.
has like 18, Billboard. Like,
I
stop.
mean, to be
He's so.
compared to him would be a
But
compliment.
also, I want to ask, who's better? Okay, tell me your favorite Jason Derulo song or
Number one.
album. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I
Man,
don't think I
y'all
know
don't
the name
stop.
of any of his songs, actually.
Thank you.
Me either.
Y'all don't stop. Usher all day, every day.
I agree. Usher's better, easily. I can't. As much as I don't like Usher, he's definitely better. All right, let's go.
That's a whole other conversation where I will blast you. But
The Weekend is
whatever.
better, though. I'm sorry, I can't. The
Then
Weekend.
what? Then what?
All right, Usher.
Then what?
All right, so
Then what? The lies
um,
you tell on the Sabbath. The lies you tell on the Sabbath.
all right. Let me get to these comments. A lot of comments on this
Oh,
one. So, Mike Winter says Liz has been fiending for a shrimp basket for like a week. Uh, all right.
every week.
Latoya Blakely says disrespectful as fuck.
Thank
Mike
you,
Winter says
Latoya.
Ursher got more hits than Jason. He needs to not be throwing them them Tom Wilson hands for stupid stuff. Robin Johnson, apparently they were saying things before the Usher comment. However, he got to remember he has money. They don't. Team Usher.
And he just had a baby. He just had a
Yeah.
baby, bruh. Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Latoya did say, this is a question. Maybe it's a personal preference, but Jason has nothing on Usher. Mike Winter also added, this was intended as an insult for sure. They were trying to be funny. Mike Wolf, um, looks like Usher has a considerably thicker skin, unless I missed the story where he tried to beat up a heckler. Mm. All
Also,
right,
can I just add to that very quickly because Mike Winter wrote Ursher, and
go ahead,
so our
Ursher.
listening and or viewing audience might not understand that reference. So in the Black community,
Yes.
in church, a lot of people would refer to ushers, depending on where you were in the country. They would say instead of saying usher, they would say Ursher. So the Ursher board. There's the Ursher. Senior Ursher board number one. Senior Ursher board number two. So when Usher came out, a lot of us would joke and say, "Ooh, Ursha, Ursha, Ursha." So that's where that came
Yes.
from. That's where
All
that came from.
I
See,
love.
Gianni's in the South, so she knows Ursha, Ursha.
I know. I love
right.
Usher.
Olivia says, Ursher ain't put no respect on his own name when he went and caught herpes.
First
Eh,
of all, that's a rumor.
Leave him
it
alone.
is
It
a
ain't
rumor.
been proved.
It's a it's
It
been
ain't
center.
been proved. But that
Of
has
course.
nothing to
Allegedly.
do with that has nothing to do with his musical talent and Jason Derulo.
Latoya
Derulo.
says, Neil Nix, you're
Cool.
tripping. The Weekend, who can't even spell his own name right? Wait a minute.
Boom,
It's better
boom,
than who?
boom, boom.
All
Boom.
right. All right. That was
I
funny.
don't know how y'all have all this hype for the weekend. I will never understand
He
it.
is
I
good.
will
He's
never
pretty good.
understand.
But because I love, why I love just this side note. The reason I like The Weekend is because he he has a sound that's very similar to the Ethiopian music I grew up on. So he
Okay,
has
so
he has he
that's
has a shrill in his
that's a le-
voice that
that's a legitimate
sounds
fight.
like beautiful to me.
That's
I like that.
legitimate.
That's
That's
cool.
But
pretty
then when he went out there and said that Usher was copying his sound, bruh, really?
Fair enough. All
Really?
right. Let's ask the
That's
question:
Truth,
is this truth,
lies,
lies, or
shenanigans.
Oh
shenanigans?
my gosh.
Yeah.
Shenanigans in the
Shenanigans.
highest form. And
Oh,
Shenanigans.
we're
what
only
you
in
got,
week
Gianni? What are you
one.
saying? What
We're
are you
only
saying,
in week
Gianni?
one
shenanigans.
of
And
2022.
what else?
And celebrities acting a fool already.
I can't hear you, Gianni.
That is bullshit.
I just want to make sure I heard. You
Oh,
know,
oh,
we have listeners. It's all bullshit. All right. Actually, we're running tight on time, so let's get into our actual discussions. All right, Gianni, can you really tell me who was our sponsor for Quickfire today?
Yes, our sponsor for Quickfire today, I would have the shirt with me, but is Rude Life. If you guys are looking for comfortable, swaggy styles for affordable prices, check out rudelife88.com. This is their last week advertising for us, so go check out the site, rudelife88.com.